Good morning, everybody. Thanks for clicking on another one of my videos. It is absolutely glorious out. I started doing this a couple years ago. When the sun's out, you gotta just be thankful for it. Even if it's way too hot out, at least where we are and where we're from. I know some of yous are watching from climates that are warm every day of the year, and maybe that gets a little old. But you guys know I was paving for the last 2 summers, and it's hot enough working out in the sun, but with the asphalt that's 350 degrees, and you're working around it and you're working with it, man, it gets really hot. I used to work a lot outside in the winter though, and so ever since kind of going through all that, I realized I would rather be sweating bullets in the summer than be freezing cold and frozen in the winter. So I've always just tried to maintain gratitude in the sun, because I mean it can be brutal, but it's better than working in the freezing rain. I tell you that. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel about it. I've got quite a few things I got to get started on right away. I've got plans later today with Bucket. I'm gonna go help him do some filming and actually do some like work as well. I think like pulling ropes or something like that. I don't know what to expect. We're gonna get all into that later in the video. But I'm gonna set you guys up on the tripod and we'll talk about the project that we're getting started on today. So believe it or not, we are getting started on a hatchet today. And probably even tomorrow as well, maybe. I gotta do this double bit as well. But I've got 2 hatchets that I'd really like to get done. I wanted to talk to you a little bit though about who this hatchet is going to. This hatchet is going to be for my Uncle Brian, my Uncle Brian, I won't share too much about his story, but he's one of these guys that has been, down in some of the worst situations and come out to be, he's a business owner. He's got like 20 employees. He's got multiple different businesses, all kind of in the construction field. He's a hardworking guy, and he's someone that I've really truly always looked up to, and he's always been someone that's believed in me. Like ever since I was a little boy, he's done whatever he can to really help me with situations. So I'm extremely grateful for him. I've always been a relatively hard worker. I've always found clever ways to make money and get by, but you can't do, odd jobs forever. At least not the ones I was doing. And I really lacked direction in my life, as far as like career-wise. I remember as quite literally like a little boy, probably 5, 6, maybe a little older, maybe 8 or 9. I remember telling my parents I'm not going to university, and I maintained that my entire life. And I wasn't against university. I've always believed, well, if I want to be a doctor or a nurse or a teacher or something, that the best path to becoming that is going through university. Hey, I'm in. I'm down to do it. And if that's the best and the most efficient and the most effective path, that's the path I'm going to choose. But I'm not going to go to university when I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So my Uncle Brian, he offered me a job at his construction company, and it was kind of right as we were going into winter, and I was 18 years. I think I was 17 when I first started working there. He helped me buy my first truck. We got set up with a no interest loan. He just gave me a few grand to buy my first Ford Ranger, and he essentially told me, pay me back when it makes sense. He wasn't worried about it. He believed in me. He wanted to take that chance on me, and for that, I'll forever be grateful. And I'm gonna get into a few things that I'm grateful about. But he offered me that construction job. I thought, is it what I want to do? No, it's not what I want to do. That's definitely not the comfy and cozy option, but it taught me a lot. Some of the guys I worked with were absolutely amazing, and I'm friends with to this day. I worked with a couple of guys though, a couple of old guys that were pretty rough. That's all I'll say, just pretty rough, and definitely not the best for a young man's morale. But I'm truly thankful for all those moments, being like kind of broken down and criticized that heavily. It makes you have a thicker skin and be able to take on more challenges and take on adversity. I mean, you gotta, I think that's somewhat important for a young man. And so we made it through it and came out stronger on the other side. Worked for about six months, something like that. It was kind of all over during the winter, and then as soon as we got into good weather, and it was probably going to become a lot more fun, I told him, yeah, you know, I'm thinking about moving on to the next thing in my life, which is going to be my detailing company. I paid him back for the truck. He gave me his full support. He even put me in contact with a few guys that maybe needed some work. He gave me, anytime I was slow, he has all these big machines and, you know, 20 trucks. And his whole thing was, don't book me in. Just when you're slow, you come by my place and then you do the work and bill me for what it costs. And those moments got me through some hard times. First starting the detailing business, kind of started it right as I was moving out into my new place, moving in here. And it just, there was hard times. There was times that were very, very close and not having money for the bills, and the bills were quite low. We had 5 people stuffed into this house. We're splitting everything, and we were trying to be smart that way, which is a whole nother gong show that we won't get into today. That detailing business for, I guess, almost 3 years, and that's when I decided I was going to do something new. And I remember I was talking to him and talking to him about it and telling him, yeah, I want to do something new. I want to maybe get into sales or do just switch it up, do something different. I had tapped out with the detailing business. I wasn't that interested in it anymore. I ended up selling my detailing company. I don't think I've said that yet, but I ended up selling it, and he gave me a lot of guidance through that and gave me advice. And he said, why don't you come work for my paving company? I just bought a paving company, and I don't know, why don't you come work there for a bit? And at first I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know, you know, I was a little bit skeptical about it. But I sat on it for a couple weeks, and then I reached back out to him and asked, you know, is that something that's still on the table? He said, absolutely. And I remember at that point was definitely one of my lower moments in life, needing the switch for work and just money wise. Once again, Uncle Brian kind of, you know, I don't want to say saved me out of it. I could have went other avenues, but he kind of did, and he severely helped me because of his belief in me and because he cares about his family so much. And he was a really good boss. I mean, we definitely we had our moments. We've had our moments, and that's just kind of the way it goes, especially with family and business. It's almost weird if you don't have those frustration moments and things like that. But looking back, man, like I couldn't be more grateful. I doubt he's watching the video, but if he is, Brian, I'm so incredibly thankful for all the opportunities that you've given me over the years. You've kind of pulled me out the bite a couple times, and it's something I don't take lightly. We don't talk about it a lot, but it's, yeah, I couldn't be more grateful for. So I give credit to a lot of people in the sense of like my development as a man and my character and everything like that. Brian's up there, big time. He's always been one of my heroes ever since I was young, and he's a big reason for who I am today. He's taught me many things verbally, but also just through his actions. He's taught me a ton, and anytime I've ever called him, he's been there. Immediately under any circumstances. He's very competent is another way I could describe him. It doesn't matter what the situation is. He's like this, like through highs and lows of emotions. He's like this, just pretty much flat, calm, cool, collected. I think that's what's made him such a great and like successful business owner and all that. He doesn't let these, you know, crazy moments really, they don't twist him out of whack. He just remains cool and he makes the right decision. And that's something that's extremely admirable of him. It's a trait that I try and replicate, or I don't know what the right word is, but that's something that I've really learned from him. I've learned a ton from him. He's just a good man, good member of the family. And I love him very much. And like I say, just couldn't be more grateful. Couldn't be more grateful for everything. So there's the intro for today. We're gonna get started on this hatchet. I've got to go, I think I'm going to go help Buckin with a tree job later today, probably like noon, and it's gotta be 9 or something at this point. I gotta box up another axe. We're selling axes, we are. So thank you very, very much. He bought my beveled St. Catherine's Kelly on the C30. He bought that beautiful axe. And this guy's got a thing for polished things, because I posted the repair on this one. I kind of made it flat and a bit better of a wedge banger. And he messaged me right away, how much for the wedge banger as well, right? So I'm gonna box this baby up. I've got Michael's Kazi all boxed up and ready to go. That's the high test that I made, episode 20, let's guess, episode 24 maybe? Random guess in the dark, could be totally wrong. I've got Michael's axe all packed up, ready to go. That is also gonna be a Father's Day gift for him. So this is super cool. But I'm gonna box up this wedge banger first and foremost. I'll drive to the post office, try and get there so that they still actually end up going out today. And then we're gonna start on this hatchet. I can't promise we're gonna finish it this video. Like I say, I think I got plans with Buckin later. All that to say, we'll get into something. Thanks so much for being here. I love you guys very much, and let's just get right into it. I guess I should clarify. He asked if I did hatchets, so that's why I'm making him a hatchet. He's already got quite a few axes, he says, so we're gonna do up a hatchet real nice for him. And I thought, perfect. With how much he's done for me and helped me out with over the years, I know it doesn't make up for it, a hatchet, but it feels nice to be able to do something for him. And we're supposed to be heading over there on Saturday, so I wanted to get this done. It's Thursday right now. I've got lots of projects on the go. It'd be nice to get this done so I can give it to him on Saturday. And yeah, it'll just be kind of a cool little gift. So, very sweet. This is the hatchet I think I'm going to choose. It's in fairly good shape already. The eye is fairly small. It should fit on this little 15-inch handle. Okay. It's got a nice pull on it, so it should balance out kind of nice. That's my plan, Stan. I'm wondering, I'll end up Googling it and kind of seeing. I know nothing about hatchets. You guys know I do axes. I do splitting axes. Some little bit of chopping axes, mostly splitting axes, wedge bangers, stuff like that. Like I say, I'll Google it and try and figure it out. But what bevel degree wise do you guys like your hatchets? A hatchet like this, I don't know. It's actually kind of got a decent profile on it. It's not super skinny like some other hatchets, so it's kind of just a well-rounded. It's actually a nice little axe, to be honest with you. What degree do you guys like for your hatchets? I'm thinking probably, I don't know, 22 or something. Is that a good guess for an axe like this? 22? Or what about this? What are you doing with that? Come on. That's a full-on chopper. So, I don't know. If anyone down there knows about hatchets, let me know. Moving forward, I'll probably do some more of these. Let me know what you guys like for your bevels. Okay, and we're back. Axes are shipped out, and we're ready to get started on the project. I'm thinking I might double this up. I kind of stopped doing that. I usually focus on one axe at a time, but both of these axes are kind of just gonna get a very similar treatment. You guys have seen the all-elusive Matilda in the last few videos. This is for a friend of Rita and I's husband, who's also a friend of Rita and I's. But this is his axe that he picked up. At a flea market type thing, like years ago. And it's got this Matilda burnt into it, and he really likes the Matilda, which, I mean, of course, why wouldn't you? It's got Matilda on it. So it's got this really kind of nasty varnish on there that I'll have to get off. But we really want to save Matilda and save the handle if we can. It's actually on there quite good, but as you can see, it's hung upside down. So in theory, the eye should be bigger down here. And so in theory, I should be able to bang it out. But whoever hung this actually has a pretty solid hang in there, so we will see just how easy that comes out. I certainly hope it's easier than that, you know, that Elwell from the other day. So I'm gonna try and beat that one off, and then we'll sharpen both of these at the same time, and they're both gonna get some kind of polish jobs on them, and then they're both gonna be hung. So we'll see how far we get today, but that's the plan, and let's get started. Okay, duty calls. I'm gonna go help Buckin for a bit, and then hopefully we're not too long and I can still come back here and get back to work on these hatchets. This one's fighting me to try and get it off. It's fighting me hard. Talking a bit. So what's going down? Haircut?
Haircut time.
Oh, it's bogging down. Yeah. That's not too short. It looks fairly bald.
What?
It looks pretty bald.
You might have like ran down. Well, we kind of have to come in now.
It looks bad.
Looks bad.
Yeah. Of course it does.
I think it looks great.
We should went half and half. Okay, I've been really trying to do daily uploads here on YouTube. Today's just not going to be it. Me and Buckin ended up working for, I don't know, 7 hours or something. Kind of put in a full shift. He actually had me for the first tree. There wasn't a lot for me to do, so I was just filming everything. We got some really cool footage of all that, and then came home. We decided to, you know, cut my hair. I told myself I'd go daily on YouTube. It's just not going to happen today. We're going to miss a day, and we'll get more content for this video tomorrow because I don't think we got enough. We got a good long intro, but I'm going to try and get Matilda off here, and then maybe that'll be it. Who knows? Let's just try and get Matilda off here first. It's proven to be quite a burden. So I drilled all these little holes here. With a small bit. I ended up breaking a bit in there, and it still won't budge. So even though this thing was hung upside down, and you'd think, you know, the bottom eyes, or the top eye is bigger than the bottom, and it's flipped, so it should just kind of pop right out. Well, it's proving to not be that easy. And because it's an aluminum wedge, it's even kind of harder. We're really trying to salvage this handle. It would be a last resort to have to switch handles on this project. So I'm going to do the best I can to pop this baby out, and then I've pretty much got to close up shop. I got more plans. We'll see what we can do with this limited time that we got. I feel like if I put all of tomorrow's footage in there, we're going to end up with a 40-minute video. And hey, maybe that would be okay, but I don't think that's quite the plan. But maybe it is. Who knows? I'm a mess. Let's try and get this axe off. Use those little drill holes that I drilled already as kind of pilot holes, and throw in a bigger bit and try and bore out more of this axe. More of this wedge, and then we'll see if we can get it out. They're definitely... Oh, why am I getting wood there? Good morning. It's a new day, and it's a busy morning. It's Friday. I gotta get these packages out by like 10:30 or something if they're actually gonna travel over the weekend. Buckin selling some axes, and these are two really nice ones. This is a Sager double bit on a full heartwood Killinger handle. It's an absolute beauty. And then look at this thing. Octagoned, softagoned, true temper. Made in Canada, world's finest, Kelly Dandenong. Pack both of these up and get them headed to their new owners. And then we've got another secret package right there. So let me get this all done, and then we'll touch base and start working on these hatchets. I'm making a little progress on Matilda. I made a little progress on her this morning, so stay tuned. Okay, so I found out why Matilda here was hung upside down and why it was such a burden to get out is because the eye was actually punched upside down. You can actually see it quite clearly in the camera right here. The top eye is significantly smaller than the bottom eye here. So this is going to be much more of a challenge than I kind of initially expected. All right, I've got them both all sharpened up and they're looking both very, very nice. I'm thinking I might just do polished poles on these. They both kind of have a cool look as they are, with the whole kind of rusticy look. This one's got the real nice red paint that I would assume would be original. I'm thinking about keeping some of that paint on there and then just polishing the pole. And then on this one, I'm not too sure exactly what I'm going to do yet, but I'm gonna wire wheel it first either way, and then kind of make my decision from there. But I'm leaning towards just a double polished pole on both of these. That's what I'm thinking so far. But let's do some wire wheeling and then kind of assess from there. They're both quite cool as they are, to be honest with you. And there we are. They both got the polished poles. Both looking nice. You can't really see it well in the camera, but there's a faint bit of red paint still left. See it better on the top. Yeah, there you go. So there's still some red paint left. I think that's kind of cool, keeping it rustic with trying to go on the same handle and all that. And then this one's pretty cool too. Just has a nice black patina look. And of course, the polished pole. Time to start hanging. All right, it's coming together quite nice. I've got a really good fit going on here. I thinned this handle down a little bit, but I kept it very, very similar because these handles that I got in from Whiskey River are very nice as they are. And just feeling it, you know, I actually don't want to go much thinner than this. It is very thin to begin with. I mean, you compare it to something that you buy at the hardware store now. Well, and this one I did thin out a bit, but compare what you get from Whiskey River versus what I bought at the local hardware store. And I mean, come on, this is terrible. Granted, you know, you can make it whatever you want, and I intend on doing so. When that time comes and I go to use it, I'll end up thinning this thing right down. But that's not even in the same realm. So I'll be honest, my energy's incredibly low today. I ran into a few issues with this head. Like, it doesn't seem as if it's punched upside down, but we are longer. We're longer on the bottom than we are on the top. So I've had to shape this handle a little bit weird, but it's all coming together just fine. So I'll just get some clips of me banging in the wedge and all that, finishing off this handle. We're gonna do a nice burn on it, and then we'll do a little talk at the end here. Let's carry on. Okay, and there it is. Quite a cool little hatchet. And I think we go dark. I think we're gonna do a dark stain on this one. Match the nice and dark burn and the dark head. Yeah. I don't think my stamp's gonna look too obnoxious on there. It would be nice to get a smaller one. If I actually start getting more into hatchets, it would be very nice to get a smaller one. But I'm gonna do it. Well, at least do it on one side, see how it turns out. But I think it should be okay. Let's do it. I think he's gonna want the stamp. Keep it rolling. We'll do the next one right now. This thing's hot. The man.
How's it going, guys?
Logan's back in the house.
Back in the house.
Everyone's favorite. Yeah, if you wanna just keep the camera rolling, we'll just we're gonna load this baby up. The stamps came out clean, hey?
Yeah, they did.
They actually came out super clean on this, and doesn't seem too big on there.
Seems pretty perfect.
Kind of suits it all right. So I just sanded it smooth. We worked our way up to 400 grit. That's where I'm leaving it. It's silky smooth. Logan felt it, eh?
Yeah.
Pretty smooth. I'm just gonna hit it one more time with the Watka, and then we're gonna take some nice after videos, and I think that's gonna be it. I know I've been working on Matilda this whole time as well, but like I said earlier, I'm just, my energy's low today, for a multitude of reasons that we won't get into. But this thing came out pretty wicked, and then I might do a bit of off-camera work on Matilda, and if so, I'll add some of that. What, you like Matilda?
I like Matilda.
Yeah.
I like that name.
I know, this is Matilda all cleaned up.
It's Matilda?
Yeah, I know. Can you believe it? And I saved the handle. Check out that handle, Logan.
Got Matilda right here.
Yeah. So he's gonna take a bit of work, but he really wants it still on Matilda. So this was a pain, but we were able to kind of get that. Well, there's that big steel wedge in it, right?
Right.
Or a big aluminum wedge. So the thing was just crammed in there. The eye's punched upside down on Matilda. So that's the reason why it was hung upside down.
Huh.
So it's I think that's just gonna be an off-camera one, or we'll come back tomorrow and we'll work on it more. But
So you can put it back on that handle?
yeah, that's the plan. If not, we'll have to throw it on a new handle. But he really wants Matilda.
He really
I
wants
don't
it
blame
back
him.
on.
It's a damn
Yeah.
good axe, and they've had it for a lot of years. So
Hey, fair enough.
we'll do our best. If you made it to the end of the video, I love all of you guys. I appreciate you guys, and thanks for watching another one of my videos. Catch you on the next one. All right. What do we think about that? You can see my bald head in there.